Missing is a 2023 American screen-life thriller film written and directed by Will Merrick and Nick Johnson. In their feature directorial debuts, from a story by Sevahanian and Anish Shiganti, who also produced the film with Natalie Kasabian. The film is a standalone sequel to Searching, 2018. It stars Storm Reed, Joaquin de Almeida, Ken Leung, Amy Landecker, Daniel Henney, and Nia Long. Its plot follows June Allen, a teenager who tries to find her missing mother after she disappears on vacation in Colombia with her new boyfriend. An anthology sequel to Searching was announced in 2019, with Merrick and Johnson, who edited the first film, signing on to make their directorial debuts in January 2021. Reed and Long joined the cast in the spring of 2021, and filming took place in Los Angeles from March to May that year after delays due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Missing also serves as a spiritual sequel to Run, 2020. Directed by Searching director Shiganti and edited by Merrick and Johnson, confirming the fates of that film's characters. Missing had its premiere at the Sundance Film Festival on January 19, 2023, and was released in the United States the following day. By Sony Pictures Releasing. The film received positive reviews from critics and has grossed $45 million at the box office. Storm Reed as June Allen. Ava Zaria Lee as Young June. Joaquin de Almeida as Javier. Ken Leung as Kevin. Amy Landecker as Heather. Megan Suri as Vina. Tim Griffin as James. Daniel Henney as Agent Park. Nia Long as Grace Allen. Michael Segovia as Angel. Lauren B. Mosley as Rachel. Tracy Villar as Detective Gomez. Sean O'Brien as radio host. In an archive video, a young June Allen is with her deceased father James, who died from a brain tumor shortly after the video was made. Years later, June's mother Grace leaves for a week-long trip to Cartagena, Colombia, with her boyfriend Kevin, leaving June in the care of Grace's friend Heather, a divorce lawyer who expresses some jealousy at Grace's relationship with Kevin. A week later, June is tasked with retrieving her mother and Kevin from Los Angeles International Airport. But they never arrive. When the FBI, attaché to the consulate, are unable to make any headway, June decides to investigate herself using an array of digital tools at her disposal. She also hires Javier, a Colombian gig worker who complies with June's requests for a small fee. Upon hacking into Kevin's Gmail account, June discovers a number of aliases and a criminal record of scamming many women for their money. Believing Kevin to have kidnapped her mother, June has Javier look for clues as to their whereabouts in Colombia. She traces Kevin's past movements to a location in Nevada, where she talks to Jimmy, a man claiming to be a pastor at a Christian rehabilitation center for ex-convicts. He tells her that Kevin has been rehabilitated and is genuinely in love with Grace. June eventually accesses her mother's online dating profile, where past messages reveal that her mother was already aware of Kevin's past. FBI agent Elijah Park informs June that he received footage of a band of criminals seemingly kidnapping Kevin and Grace in Colombia. June uncovers this as a fabricated event, as she discovered Kevin had hired a look-alike actress named Rachel Page to impersonate her mother, who had been kidnapped en route to the airport beforehand. As the case makes national headlines, Rachel confesses she was unaware of Kevin's intentions when she accompanied him to Colombia. It is later revealed that Grace has had multiple aliases as well, sparking speculation that she had something to do with her own disappearance. Swearing by her mother's innocence, June's suspicions fall on Heather when she discovers an encrypted line of communication between her and Kevin. June sneaks into Heather's office, but finds it ransacked and with files deleted. She then discovers Heather's corpse in a storage closet. Later, June views live footage of a police raid in Colombia focusing on Kevin, who is shot and killed despite surrendering. Seemingly at a dead end, June is about to give up but manages to access her mother's email. She finds a threatening email directed at Grace, which leads her to discover security cameras that Kevin bought to install at an abandoned house, which happens to be her old vacation home in Nevada. Just then, Jimmy calls June and indicates he has some information about Grace. Jimmy arrives and reveals that he is June's father. He claims that Grace was emotionally unstable and took June away from him after having him arrested, under false charges. However, when he unwittingly reveals he was in the same prison around the same time Kevin was incarcerated, June realizes he was the one who set the whole thing up. It is later revealed that James was a domestic abuser whose drug habit endangered all of them. Grace and Heather had told June he died of cancer to shield her from the truth. James sought revenge by enlisting Kevin, whom he met in prison, to pose as a prospective boyfriend so he could find Grace and June. James kidnaps June and takes her to the old house, where Grace is also detained. They reunite before Grace is shot by James. James tries to leave with June, but Grace fatally stabs him in the neck with a shard of broken glass. June, realizing James never shut off her laptop when he kidnapped her, uses the cameras to tell Siri to call the police. Several months later, Grace has survived her gunshot wound, and June is in college. Their story has been adapted on the true crime show Unfiction, and Grace has started a friendship with Javier after June introduced them. June texts her mother that she loves her, and Grace responds that she loves her too. Continuing to promote the core success factor of searching, Missing helps the audience realize the importance of family cohesion. Despite being a disobedient child, on the journey to find June, she never gave up her determination and faith in her mother. The son's feelings and regrets when he didn't appreciate his mother's love were cleverly expressed, gradually increasing enough to create emotions for the audience. When discovering the shocking secrets, June, along with the audience, better understand the family values and the love that her mother has for her. June's companion character, the foreign uncle Javier, Joaquin de Almeida, is also a cute bright spot when bringing warmth and humor to balance a suspenseful drama circuit. Missing uses many details reminiscent of Searching, like the opening with an old family video, or the way the characters text each other. The appearance of the TikTok detectives, the enthusiastic Twitter police, are ready to step in whenever there is news of the case, as well as making dozens of analytical arguments to convict anyone they want to help make the film real and more contemporary. The most interesting point to mention is that the character learns investigative methods from a crime series on Netflix called Unfiction. And later on, June's story itself became an episode of Unfiction. As a cyclical loop, we learn from and are influenced by the movies, and the movies are based on real-life things. The material is familiar, but still enough for Missing filmmakers to make a delicious dish. It can be said that Missing is a worthy successor to Searching, but it will be difficult to create a phenomenon and create a hit like the first movie did.